Suburban Homestead. I'm your boy Reaper. Today is Friday, June 20th. Today on the homestead, we are making what's called fermented fruit juice. It's a Korean natural farming input that's used to boost and enhance ripening of fruit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some blackberries that weren't good, either bug damage, bird damage, maybe a tad bit too old, and we put them in the fridge, only just to collect enough of them. Now we're going to take them and we're going to add them with brown sugar, let them ferment for a week, and we'll collect the liquid that's created. That's called fermented fruit juice. We will use that at a ratio. Now I got to think about it. I think it's 1 to 1,000, a teaspoon a gallon. I have to verify that. Um, we'll use that at 1 to 1,000, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a teaspoon a gallon. We'll use it as a soil drench, but mostly as a foliar spray on any plants that have fruit and are ripening. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. But first we're gonna first we're going to, if I can think, check our ferments. I think I might turn Fridays into fermentation Friday. Flipper Ripper, to where we ferment something new on Fridays. Maybe when some people come in, we get enough people in. I'll see how they feel about that. But right here, we have a can we focus? We have a peppermint tincture that we started yesterday, and it was just the remaining peppermint that I had from harvesting the other day, and we just added it. We added it, and we just added vodka to it. And we gonna let this sit here. I wanted to say it's 6 weeks. I had to look that up again. It's like 4 to 6 weeks. So this gonna need to stay out of the sunlight. But we brought it to just say every day we gonna have to give it one of these. Had to give it a good shake. And I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the plant material to make sure it stays submerged. I don't have a weight, a fermentation weight to stick in there. I don't know. I might have a little sandwich bag I could fill with water. Just kind of keep the air off the top of this. Let's try that out. Now here's our peach vinegar that we started on the 11th. It really hurt my hand doing that, bro. Oh, it's not ready just yet. And I see this ring has a little. See that? That's because this paper towel got wet from right here. That's peach and water and brown sugar. All right, so it's gonna take a while, maybe a month or two to make vinegar, but like it's been going for 9 days now since the 11th. So every day, what we do, not for very long, but what we're gonna do is we want to stir this down. See how this pushed up all the plant material, the fruit matter is pushed up. That's because as the sugar, the yeast is eating the sugar that was in here, they're producing carbon dioxide, which gets trapped in between all the plant material, which pushes it up, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stir it down, and it should be all fizzy and good sounding. Oh yeah, what does it smell like though? Yep, it's starting to smell. I mean, it's starting to smell alcoholic, which is what's happening right now. Right now, the yeast is converting the sugars into alcohol, and so as a byproduct, they release carbon dioxide and ethanol or alcohol. Ethanol. I think it's ethanol, but it's alcohol. Ethanol is a form of alcohol. But let me back this thing up. It seems like y'all way too close. All right, so we just gonna get this a stir, and all I'm doing is basically mixing everything up and releasing the carbon dioxide that's in here, so the plant matter can drop down a little bit, and we can let it ferment. So after a few weeks, this will stop. All the yeast will have consumed all the sugar in here, and we're just left with mostly alcohol in here. Then at that point, we get another, I guess, bacteria. I think it's called acetobacter. They're gonna start converting the alcohols into vinegar as long as there's some oxygen. If there's no oxygen, that's how you get wine. If there is oxygen, that's how you get vinegar. So if you ever try to make wine and it turned into vinegar, man, it's probably air getting in somewhere. Oh, this thing got slick. It's it's cool in the house. All right, so I'm gonna take the time. Look, wait. I'm gonna have to set y'all up. I'm gonna take this back in the house. Neither one of these need any type of sunlight. I pretty much bring them out just so we can, you know what I'm saying? Just so we can talk about them and do what we need to do with them in the mornings. And then I go put them back in the pantry. Go put them back in the cabinet somewhere. So we gonna just drop that right chill. We're gonna put y'all right chill. Hopefully I ain't blinding nobody. Sorry we ain't got something better to look at, but we got what y'all gonna look at? We got bergamot over here in the corner, some lemon thyme, yarrow. What's this? That's holy basil, and behind that holy basil is rosemary. Be back, y'all. Don't break it. Don't break it. Don't break it. Oh, everybody's having right. Is that all that I need for y'all chill before we head out to other places? All right, I guess y'all. Yo, what's good? Yo, sports, what's good, yo? Can you grab the camera for Lamar Jackson? Hey, yo, what's good? How y'all doing? All right. Appreciate your patience while I put that stuff in the house. Now we gonna head on out here and start making this fermented fruit juice. This will be a blackberry fermented fruit juice. We grow blackberries way on out there, way on out there. Yeah, we grow blackberries. So the blackberries that have gone bad, we will use those to make a fermented fruit juice and use that as a nutritive input for the garden. Kind of halfway set up out here. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Flipper ripper. Let's make y'all a little bit taller, man. Let's get y'all out the kids' table, man. Gotta tighten this up, man. All right. Oh, the ground just so. That's what that is. We've been having a lot of rain. All right, that up. Bruh, get right. I don't really want to be on. Stop looking at me. Okay, cool. We're gonna see if this works. This should work. We have our scale, some napkins, because things are going to. Oh, I didn't get the brown sugar. Boy, you suck. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's put y'all here. Flipper ripper. We're gonna let y'all look at the garden a little bit. And I'll be back with the bag. I'm gonna walk back here with this huge bag of sugar. All right, flipper ripper. All right. All right. Let's see. How is this going to work? Can we get it to work? I just want some flat ground right here. I'm gonna have to make it, ain't it? You're gonna have to make it flat, bro. You're gonna have to make it what you want. So first things first, I pop up. And what we're gonna do first is we need to take some measurements. Now, my OCD is kind of kicking in, and I want to go get an empty bag so I know how much this bag weighs. before I measure this. Alright, let's see, that looks flat. That's at 0 grams. Let's put the bowl on top of it. And we'll tear out the bowl. And zero out the bowl. Still in the shot. Alright, this down says it weighs 420. Let's change it. We ain't going. Sure, I'm gonna need you to quit. That's funny. The winds actually changed. Alright, it says zero. We have 643 grams of berries, right? 644, 643, 644. That's cool. So now that we know that, what we're going to do is measure out 643 grams of sugar. We're going to combine the two in this bowl. And go ahead and get a funnel or anything. Can you say unprepared? Yeah, he's unprepared. Let's go ahead and see if we can measure out 640 some grams of sugar. Then I'll take this back in the house and grab a strainer, a funnel, candy funnel. All right, 644 grams. Let's see if we can do this somewhat gracefully. I did say 644 grams, right? Uh-oh. Oh, that's gonna be too much. All right, that's 648. That's too much. I mean, it's not really too much. It's more than we need, right? Having a little bit too much in the end of the world, you don't want to have it way too high, right? Because too much of this brown, what's going to happen is the brown sugar is going to pull the moisture and the juices from the berries. So it's going to extract it out and leave it in the liquid. Um, the right amount of crystalline sugar will make that happen. Too much, then it won't happen. All right, so that's 648. I forgot to say not say 644 with this. But we're gonna just because we're gonna tear this bowl out. We're gonna just try it again. 644. So that's right. So we got the right amounts, right amounts. Cool, cool. We're done with the scale. We're not gonna need to weigh anything else. We are not done with the brown sugar just yet, unfortunately. And I need a funnel. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and get a funnel because my hands gonna get all sticky before once I start this. But we'll go ahead and do this part first. Add the berries to the sugar. Now, like I said, these berries are bad. Like, you know, not necessarily rotten. Some may have started to rot. Most of them were insect damage, just stuff that I wouldn't eat. But that's cool. We're gonna turn it into a nutrient input for the future things that are coming. Drop that right there for the time being. Don't need the scale, right? Need to get a funnel. Guys, I can't locate a funnel. Be back short. about that, people. I'm back. Uh, Wait, I'm gonna disconnect this and reconnect it just in case I lost connectivity. I'm probably gonna break everything now. It says I'm connected. Can y'all hear me? Am I good? Hopefully it's coming through the headset. Now what we're gonna do now is combine the brown sugar and the berries, crushing the berries as we go. And as you can see how this looks, see how this looks now? By the end, it's gonna be way more soupy. And all we're trying to do is two things: mash up the berries and get the berries um, mixed in with the sugar. And as we mix this around, and I'm squeezing, trying to break up the brown sugar and the berries. And it's just going to start to release so much liquid as we do this process. Once we get this done, we're going to fill up, man, one of these jars. Now the goal is to get the jar 2/3 full, right? So that's like right up in there, 2/3 full, like right up in there. And that's to allow enough head space between the top of the jar and what's in the jar for the microbial activity to happen. It has to have the right environment for it to happen. So look how quick. Can you see it? Do you see? All right, now that that's that, bro, I'm gonna go out there on the limb. We're gonna start the bigger jar. I hope that this is right. A couple or later would be great. Didn't think about that. We're starting off with solid berries. All right. The best I can do with it. Now, after pouring this in here, I need to clean this jar. This is gonna be. I mean, I think it's gonna be too big. Maybe not. Maybe not. What's gonna have to do? It's gonna have to do. All these berries brought out the flies. Oh, now after we get this done, we're going to harvest some oregano. That's oregano that's ready to be harvested. I need to dry some more. Our container of oregano is getting empty. All right, now this is about halfway full, not 2/3 like I need. But the issue is this is a half gallon. That's a quarter. Two of these make one of these. So if this is filled up here, then this is just totally full. I don't want to use 2 jars for this. I'm trying to save some spice. So what we need to do now is add a soft top. We need to let this ferment. It needs to ferment in oxygen. So we're gonna put this number. We're gonna put that like that. We're gonna date and label it. Now it's time to clean my hands up. Wow, this is wet. All right, cool. Now we're gonna put this on the ground to keep this out the sunlight. And like I said, we're gonna date it. We're gonna call it Blackberry FFJ, Fermented Fruit Juice. We're gonna put today's date on it. And we're gonna put this in the pantry for a week. So next Thursday, Friday, it'll be ready. Lord's will, Creator's will, I will stream me decanting it. And so then after we take the solids from that, we're gonna turn the solids into vinegar. That's how this process always goes. Fermented plant juice, fermented fruit juice. All right, and we finish that product, and then the byproduct of that we try to use to make vinegar. Some of the vinegars we actually eat, we'll use in cooking. Most of them, we just leave them for the garden. We use them in the garden. It's part of our nutrients. They call it brown rice vinegar. It's what's used in the book, but it just needs to be a living vinegar, something with the mother in it. All right, cool. We've done that. let's go to this oregano. We'll also check on some plants. We'll see how the powdery mildew is faring on some of these plants. Yeah, still here. Haha, not surprised. Leopard Ripper. See that? Yeah, it's still down here. But I'm not surprised. It's supposed to get some rain today. It's a 15% chance. Um, I'm gonna check the weather. If we don't get rain today, I'm gonna spray again. If we do, I'm probably gonna spray after the rain. Okay, we got a squash that looks like it's ready back there, hiding out back there. Yeah. Look at the cucumber. Look at the cucumber. Look at the little cucumber. You fall down. We need you to get back up here, bro. I'm gonna need you to stay up here. All right, got a cantaloupe growing there, some okra, a few tomatoes, and at least one. All right, let's go ahead and get this done. All right, I'm gonna turn y'all around. Flipper Ripper. Today. Today. All right. Y'all up a bit high for this. But what is up with my hands today? Do you see? Yeah, we're gonna be working right up in this herb. Right up in this herb. This is all the all the oregano. We're gonna trim this back, and it's a little bit over there too. Her name is Reagan. This is Reagan Oregano. All right, all right, I'm just gonna down, go toward the bottom. I'm gonna snip, snip, snip. I hope I ain't touched that too low. I don't know what is that. What? This stuff. I think I might try to make a tincture out of this as well. Tincture of oregano. Let's look up what's some oregano tincture. Oh, we're making a peppermint tincture. And the peppermint tincture is good for bloating, gas, indigestion. Um, what else did they say? Mostly digestion and stomach aches type stuff. I think there's also some common effects to it to help with colds. Peppermint. I think you really think it can help with colds and congestion. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's a tincture made with vodka. So take. I think it's like just a. Oh, I can't say how. I have to look it up. I don't remember the dosage. It might have been too far back, but we gonna see. Hopefully I ain't feel old right. And she's been pretty resilient. Like I said, we trim her back to a square foot every year, and she grows beyond that every year. Try to get this kind of semi-clean. That's what I gotta do when I clean this. So when I get this, what I do is take it in the house, wash it, lay it out on some paper towels on the counter to dry, to start the air dry. Then I'm gonna fire up the dehydrator, and then I'm gonna fire up the oven on the lowest setting with the door open, not wide open, but just barely open. And then I just watch them. After so long, I come through and check them. If the top start to feel crispy, I pick up everything on the cookie sheet and flip it over, and I just do that until it's dry, until it's crispy dry. And at that point, you move to a coffee grinder or herb grinder to grind them up. It also depends on the mint I did by hand. It was sometimes with the grinder, it'll make dust. And I don't want dust because most of these are going to be used as seeds. And I don't really want dust at the bottom of my cup. Maybe I want anyone else to have dust at the bottom of their cup. Nor do I really want to have to. You know what? Nah. You don't mind sealing for dust. Maybe that's another product. What can we use peppermint dust for? Oregano dust for? It'd be the same thing as a seed wood. Except it'll be ground as opposed to crushed. I didn't realize it. Stop talking. Less talking, more work. All right, Reagan girl. Appreciate you. We appreciate your sacrifice, Reagan. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All right, let's take the time to kind of clean this up. No, I do not unless I gotta do it later. All right, just about done. Let's go get some more oregano from our poly, and we'll move on to the next thing, which I don't know what it is. You know what I'm not. What I hadn't done is water the garden. All this rain. I'm even talking about it. All right, you're coming with me, Quaid. Let's see where we're going. Yeah, hey, we got one to know people watching. Gotta love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna drop y'all height a little bit so y'all can kind of see what's going on. Is this where I need to be? Okay, cool. This clear as sage is looking good. I'm gonna find some uses for that too. I gotta start harvesting it. I think I said that last week and I still ain't harvesting. Gotta make some. We're gonna end up having to get a bigger dehydrator, right? Because using just a dehydrator to do this will take forever. Did I just pull this up out the ground? Oh no, it attached to the ground where it was laying. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna make a modification. We're gonna type this like right here. Just this little bit right there. We're gonna take it. Lay back down, baby. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's sorry for bothering me. You go in the bowl. You go in the bowl. You bounce back like a champ. You know, this particular oregano was just something I pulled up from mother, the other side over there, and then stop pushing buttons. And then I just stuck her in here, and she babied her, and she eventually took root. Now she doesn't quite spread out like Reagan and mother does. Not yet anyway. I expect her to. Cool. Done dilly. That's what done dilly. Now, like I said, what we'll do is we will take this oregano and then we will wash it, dry it, process it. Most of it will get turned into dried oregano. Like I said, I think I am going to make an oregano tincture, and I might look into benefits of using oregano oil. Not oil of oregano, I think that's different, but just infusing some oregano in some oil. All right, let's do something about these little legs that's poking at me. All my faces that I'm making. All right, flipper rubber. I don't want to be on here like that though. It is what it is, ain't it? All right, well, say we're gonna check out. We're gonna check out this powdery mildew. Man, it only been a couple days, and we didn't have rain since then. So, you know, no discernible decreases just yet. It's still here. The okra's looking pretty good though. Let me make this short. Like, what is the deal? Let's try it. All right, the okra's pretty looking alright. Got some marigolds that are about to bloom. Yep, not bad, not bad. Oh, the zucchini. We gotta keep an eye on these things, because these things, they grow fairly quickly. They look like slug or snail damage. Oh yeah, they go the snails right there. They go the offenders. Yep, snails. Ate the leaf. They say the leaves of squash and zucchini are edible. My bad, bees. I don't mean to be bothering y'all. Let me go some more zucchini. Oh, we got one that's, you know what? That one, can y'all see? Can you see this one? This is actually good picking size now, honestly. Now y'all can't see. Y'all see the leaf. That's actually pretty good picking size, but we'll let it go till tomorrow. And I ain't gonna say it's gonna double in size by tomorrow, but it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be bigger. Good bit bigger. We got some yellowing leaves that we need to deal with. A couple of zucchini that didn't get fertilized. Didn't get pollinated, not fertilized. Bees fighting around. There's this thing right here. No, that's the good one. I'll take the good one. And take the bad one. Fertilized. Got a couple more on here. And this is the one that got split open because of squash vine borer. I'm actually surprised that this one doesn't have more wilted leaves. That's what I was actually expecting. The only reason I didn't cut it down because half of the plant was laying on the ground, but it was still normal looking. So I left it. All right. Ouch. Pine cones. Lavender, you know. We're gonna see how this lavender goes. We haven't been able to grow lavender from seed that successfully or anywhere else, honestly. Or from any other method. Ginger's looking good. The Joe Pie weed in the back is looking good. It's about to form a head. See what that look. You know, I've not even Googled what this is. The queen brought this home. The Joe Pie weed, the clary sage, and the patchouli. The patchouli. She brought them home. Asked to plant them. Yeah, for sure. I ain't even look Google to see what that plant gonna look like. She the one who told me it's gonna get big. I didn't realize this clary sage was gonna spread out like that either. Gotta pull it. Oh, you know what? This is what I should be doing right now is harvesting some of this bergamot. We need to make some more Reaper's bug barrier. So I guess I'm gonna do that off camera, off stream, because it takes like 4 or 5 hours to make. And all I'm gonna do is take the bergamot, wash it. You know what? You know what? No, I'm not even washing this. I'm not washing this. We're gonna take this bergamot, give it a shake, and we're gonna put it in a stock pot with some water, and we're gonna boil it for like 5 hours. And then what's left will become our Reaper bug berry. And it's just gonna be a strong smelling tea, and that's all it is. Most insects and stuff don't like strong smelling scents. So you can do this with anything. You can do this with peppermint. We just had another use for the peppermint. I've done this with peppermint, with spearmint, bergamot, and I want to say oregano. Um, yeah, but we'll do that off camera. I don't have another bowl to put that stuff in. All right, strawberries are puffy. They starting to run too. They're starting to put off runners in some places. I guess not up here yet. Oh yeah, see like right here. That's a runner. So already trying to. I already got a little. Can zoom in. Zoom in. Already has a little root starting to poke out the bottom there, right there by my finger. Yep, that's the little root part, a little tap root sticking to the ground. Make some more little strawberry babies. All right, Reagan, we gave you a little spot of haircut. I'm still going to have to continue to deal with this powdery mildew. I'm gonna check the calendar. I mean the weather. I checked it. There's a 15% chance of rain, but for some reason, I had in my head that I was gonna do this tomorrow. Wow, maybe that was yesterday for today. Either way go, once the rain, whatever rain comes through, if it's gonna come through, we're gonna go ahead and let that do its thing. And if not, I'll be back out here spraying. It's not the best time to spray since the sun's starting to come up and hit them now, but it's still cool. It's only 70-something degrees. It's not hot, so this will be the best. I mean, technically they say spray your garden before the sun comes up, but I think it's gonna be alright because this is not good. This is not good. And also, we're gonna also do an inspection. and see which plant. If a plant doesn't have any fruit on it or flowers on it, we're gonna get rid of it because they're tall enough for them to always have some type of fruit or flower on it. And if not, then they've been here for a while, or maybe they got infected. But it's a bunch. That one has fruit on it. I seen some flowers. I'm probably not gonna be able to point out. Yeah, it's in the shade. Looks weird. That's a squash back up in there. Close. Change lighting something automatic. All right. I hate to drag y'all around the garden here, morning, but we have to. You have to look and check. How else you gonna notice things when things go awry if you don't know what they look like when they're going good? All right, we're gonna have to do something with this. I do like these tomato cages for growing this squash vertically. It's a space saver if it ain't nothing else. And that right there is valuable to me. I mean, I have to deal with a plant laying around there. And that's still a pain in the butt to keep up with the plant and make sure the leaves end up in the cage at the right point, right? But I haven't put plate too many. But this looks weird. Nice squash. That's zucchini. It ain't even yellow. One year we had some squash, and it ended up being Zephyr squash, and that's not how it was advertised. Half of the squash was green, the other half was yellow. So welcome surprise, but was not expected. All right, we got any quick wing food this morning? Nope, the birds beat me to it. Throw you over there. What about you? Man, the birds are starting to eat most of the berries. I mean, the entire berry. When I say most of the berry, I'm okay with that, honestly. I've been seeing a couple of tops, just the top of the strawberry. I don't know if those are birds or something else, but I appreciate that. I don't really want you to eat my plants, but if you do, eat the whole thing. Eat the whole thing, dadgummit. All right. Nothing bad in here. I mean, look. Let me zoom in on that. Right there. See that? Squash vine board damage. Bruh. Focus. That's squash vine board damage right there. They dig into the plant and start killing it slowly. See how much space they take out when they lay down? Wait, no, you can't because I'm zoomed in. My bad, people. See how much space this takes up when it's allowed to lay down, spread out about 3 or 4 feet in circumference. Man, look at that. I guess they got so top heavy. Wait, what is the deal with this squash? It fell over. This one here has some type of fungus growing. Oh, that's because something is eating inside of it. Yeah. Toss him over in the compost. Alright. I don't know if the wind blew this or something else. Probably the weight of this thing made it tilt like that. And I say that because everything else in this bed is pointing that direction. This one was pointing this direction. Get back, mosquito. Get back, West Nile carrier. Malaria carrier. Zika carrier. It's funny. This is, I don't know if this is funny or what. I don't know if y'all remember a few years back they were talking about being outside because of West Nile and Zika. Well, West Nile was first, then they came up with Zika. I think it makes the pinhead baby disease or whatever. It creates that. You know, it's been a while. Did anybody see an influx of babies born with pinheads because of that? I ain't trying to be insensitive. I'm just pointing out the fact that people tell us stuff that for their own reason. How about that? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Too busy fear mongering to do anything else. I'm gonna try to prop up that callaloo. That's what I was doing. All right. Gotta look. Especially with squash, bro. You can mess around and miss some, and they'll be a foot and a half long. These are dead. But now this plant may be a candidate for one that's gonna come out. It's big, it's pretty, but it has no fruit. The only fruit that it has on it didn't get pollinated for whatever reason. And there are lots of bees out here, so I don't know. We can look, check the stem for damage. There's a little bit of vine board damage. Doesn't look bad. There's some poop from the vine board. Wait, is that the vine board? Is that a... It's just so it's a chance that this one may need to come out of here. Same with this one. There's a male flower. Oh, nope, I see some female flowers on this. Y'all can't see them, but they're back in that shade. Oh, cherry tomato. You getting tall. We got a few maters on there. Got a few. This is the Chadwick cherry. That's what this is. So for my tomatoes, underneath the first fruit set, I strip all the leaves and any suckers that grow. Now, from what I read, this is an indeterminate variety, so we will let the suckers grow. Now, I'm probably gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna treat this like a grape. See, as this thing is growing up, this one right here, this is a sucker right here because it's growing between the main stem and a branch. It's going right there, that axle. Um, Normally I pop these, I'll put them in water, root them. But with this one, I'm gonna let it grow. I'm gonna train it to grow down this fence this way. The top part, I'm gonna lean down and let it grow down that way. That's how we gonna handle that. This is where the mint was. Gave it a haircut. Not worried, it'll be back. Seed. I never reseed this. I let it reseed itself. So like right here, it'll be growing again. Hopefully right back in that same spot. Now we hadn't got any squash off this one just yet. These were the last ones we put out here. Matter of fact, these two, this lemon squash and this black beauty squash, I think, were the last two we put out here. This one here before this, and there was three more right up in there that they ain't do too hot. They ain't make it. It is what it is. This one's going to seed. It's stretching, elongating. I'm I made a sandwich. We made turkey burgers yesterday, and I wanted some lettuce, but I was too lazy to walk out here to grab a piece of lettuce. Usually once it starts to go to seed, it gets kind of bitter. I'm going to look into this. This one ain't bitter. Kind of May Queen lettuce. We got these from a friend of ours, farm in Ludlow, which they having an event. I think it's called Farm Fest in October. No, I had to talk to the queen about that and see if we can do some presenting on some Korean natural farming. Just natural farming in general. Like, I don't know how people feel about that when they hear the word Korean in it. If they feel some kind of American way and make some whatever. Um, I'm okay with calling it natural farming. It's not mine to change. I don't want to disrespect. The truth of the matter is I'm learning Korean natural farming. Because the people in Korea are resourceful, it seems. They know how to use stuff that they don't necessarily have to buy. Like, that's the main thing to me. All right. So like with this one, this grape, this tomato. See how it's growing? Fine, fine, fine. First fruit set is right here. So then what I'm gonna do is strip off all the bottom leaves. Not right now though, because if I did that, I would be removing like 60% of its leaves, and they need that to photosynthesize to create food. So we're gonna wait till it gets a little bit taller, the fruits to get a little bit bigger, and I just probably start off like, take the one at the bottom. It's at the bottom. It's not getting a whole lot of light down there. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the plant ain't gonna miss it. It didn't start turning yellow. The plant wasn't trying to get rid of it, so it's gonna miss it, but it'll recoup. I also need to treat the garden. All this rain, I have not treated the garden. So we're gonna have to get back on that. Trying to see if I can get me some halfway breakfast any way I can. I'll take that little white one. Yup. That's good too. Right here we have what's called JLF. This is another type of growing technique called Jadam. I think this is Korean as well. But it's basically just plant material, water, compost, handful of compost. Let it sit. It stinks to high heaven. It's gonna draw out the flies. You don't put this on your plants though. You know what I'm saying? You do not put this on your plants. I mean, you can, but make sure you wash them really good because this is made through putrefaction. This is made through the decay of dead material. So as you put the plants in here and put them in water and the compost, the bacteria and fungus and stuff start to eat the material, releasing the nutrients into the water. So it's through death and putrefaction, so it stinks. Right now, honestly, ain't that bad. I'm gonna be for real. And I don't even remember the ratio, but we mix it up. I'm gonna call it 1 parts to 4 parts of water, and then we water the ground with that. That's to kind of help with the soil life. Compost bin. This is what we do with our paper towel and toilet paper tubes. I used to strip them up when I had a worm bin, because this makes good bedding for a worm bin. But bro, I need a paper cutter. Old school with the handle. Because with some scissors, bro, not worth it. Look at these tomatoes and potatoes. I'm gonna dig in this bed when this potato is ready and see what it did. Cause I'm pretty sure we're gonna grow better potatoes in the compost bin than I had in pots. Then we got a few more tomatoes we're gonna pop off and root. This compost is looking good. I need to make about another 2 or 3 of these bins. These are my smaller compost bags, which I'll probably be coming through here and pilfering pretty soon because I need to compost and get off me. And so right here is leaves, but as the leaves, as things happen, the leaves start to look like this. Oh, we got soil. We got compost down in there. Yeah, oh, good. That's pretty good. Look at that. And all this was all just leaves and plant material. Or some pumpkin seeds. This is why, see that? Some pumpkin seeds or cantaloupe seeds, some kind of melon. This is why we have so much stuff growing. Extra stuff. This is why tomatoes and cucumbers pop up everywhere. Because this is cold compost. It doesn't go through a real heat. Not enough, not over 140 to kill anything, any seeds or any germs or anything. That's why we have to be really careful about what cold compost leaf mold makes a really good fungal fungal dominated fungally dominated compost, which from what I read, trees like that. But this is nature, baby. It's all about diversity. So if we take that compost, which is fungally dominated, and take like some worm compost from my boy Matt at Wormworks, it's more bacterial related because it has living, it's vermicompost. Then you can increase the diversity. And that's all it's about, diversity. At the market, we have people who ask us, do I know about such and such products or whatever? I tell them the truth. Yeah, we use them. It's like, really? You use them and you sell them? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, it may be a competition, not one to me, but the whole name of the game with soil is diversity. So the microbes and stuff that I'm able to create and culture here, he has, well, whomever has different ones at their place. And if those are the ones that survive, they're going to be the strongest ones for that area. Please give me, I mean, that is the essence of Korean natural farming when you start talking about IMOs, indigenous microorganisms, which we need to get into. Hey, Miss Ducky, I'm sorry I walked so close to you, disrespecting. I didn't realize I was this close till I was this close. Can we see you? Girl, you blend in well. Y'all see him? I just had a head in here. Y'all see? Do you see? Can't see Miss Ducky that well. She's over there. She's just blending in. All right. Let's walk down here. Lemon tree keep falling over. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now this ain't never happened before. This is never falling over. It's probably, you know what? I need to come out here and water because because these are in pots. So if anything gonna need to be watered, it'll be the stuff that's in pots. So I'm gonna come out here with the water hose. We about to call this fair in another 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna come out here and water the orchard. This is the outer rim. We call this area the outer rim. Baby, look, baby, look at that big sunflower head. That thing's so tall. I like it. I like it. I like sunflowers. I mean, I eat a lot of sun. Well, I used to eat a lot of sunflower seeds. So I love sunflowers. Yeah. And then once I started learning about the different varieties and everything, like I need to probably try to focus on black seed sunflowers to try to make some black seed sunflower oil. And right here, I'm just getting off leaves that look diseased or damaged. I'm trying to. I'm gonna call this black spot. I don't know what this is. When I tried to Google it, that's what they suggested that it was. But they also said it'll kill a plant, and the plant hadn't died, so I just lose berries. I just lose some berries. So I check every now and then. Every now and then, I'm lying. I check a couple times a day for damaged leaves, disease-looking leaves, as well as I need to do something with this. I need to tie this up. And I need to remove this. This is a secondary shoot that's growing. This is sucking energy from the main plant. but I kind of want to try to propagate it, so I hadn't cut it off. But what we will do though is I'm gonna set y'all down, flip y'all around. We gonna tie that back up to the steak. We're going to try to make this look presentable. Oh, that must be dirty up in there. Flipper ripper. Let's not have him look at the ground. Young man. Young man. One of my teachers used to say that in high school. Young man. Young man. All right, that should be long enough. All right. You shouldn't drop it. And what we're gonna do is there's a certain way I tie these things on here. I'm gonna take this little piece, kind of flip it in half, put it around the back of, but then I'm gonna cross it in the front. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull it up, make sure it's surrounding the stem, then I'm gonna cross it over. Then I'm gonna tie it to whatever I want to tie it to. I found that way, how to put this? It gives the plant some room to move. You know, first of all, this ain't gonna girdle the plant and make the stem, you know what I'm saying, make it hard for the stem to grow. But tying it like this, I found, if a strong wind blows, the stem still has place to move. So it's not like tied so tightly to the stake that it'll want to break. I mean, it'll just flop around. This allows it to be able to move that little half crossover. Got that from somebody online, I'm sure. I'm not that smart. Flipper ripper. All right. Let's see. Let's look at these sunflowers some more. Let's see what's going on. I'm looking for some sunflowers with some other colors. Like we have some deep yellow. I saw a couple of light yellows. I like the I about to say color when the boy that brought back some racist vibes from my childhood. Look at the pine cone. My foot found. Look at that one's red. That must be an evening sun. I want more of those. So I guess in order to have more of those, I had to specifically go buy the seeds, and then when I harvest the seeds, keep them separate. We just had too many different varieties, and some grew well, some didn't. For me to try to keep up with like 13 different seed packets of different types of sunflower seeds, I wouldn't do them. Look at that, mushrooms. They say when you see mushrooms in your yard, that's a sign of good soil. Too bad we ain't growing over here. But it's sunflowers. I mean sunflowers, mushrooms. Everywhere. All this rain too. You think they psilocybin cubensis? Them the magic mushrooms. I doubt it. I won't eat them to find out though, I can tell you that. What was white Marcel fig got moved. Okay. Hey yo, hey how's it going? Yo, bro, what's good, man? It's alright, man. I'm out here just checking the garden, bro. Earlier you had to check the replay of the stream. We made some fermented fruit juice. We took some berries that had gone bad from the blackberries, weighed them, mixed them with equal parts brown sugar, and then we started to make some fermented fruit juice. And we'll use that to enhance ripening of the fruit. Oh, you know, one thing I didn't do is I didn't put a sugar cap on there. In other words, when I put the berries in the jar, you can/should place a layer, maybe that yay high, half inch thick or so of brown sugar. And what that does is give you an insulator barrier between the outside air and the plant material, so the chances of fungus developing decreases. Now, yeah, that's the explanation behind that, bro. That thing that's so pretty. Yo, I appreciate you taking your time and showing up. Your boy does. I'm glad you guys like gardening. I can't wait to see what this one here looks like. This one here has purple stems, and the rest of them kind of have green. I want to see what it looks like. It's getting tall. It's gonna be a multi-header. These are pretty soon. I think this one, yeah, the way it's looking, that one right there will be the first one to be ready. Its head is already facing down. That lets you know it's starting to get ready. And then the back of it is starting to turn yellow. As it turns yellow and brown, the seeds um, are starting to finishing their development. I hate to say starting and finishing in the same sense. They're starting to finish their development. Pretty sunflower colors though. You know what? I mean, I live in the States and I live in Mississippi. It's almost 8 o'clock a.m. where I am. I stream from 7 to 8. Um, I don't. I do it. I try to do it Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back into the habit of it because I have friends that garden. And a lot of people, they always ask to see what I'm doing, and I'm like, man, every day is boring. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have anything grandiose or fabulous. Some days I'm just watering the garden. Some days I'm just pruning. It was like, yeah, that's cool. We want to see it. So I am trying to get more consistent, bro. I am glad that you noticed that, bro. That means a lot. You're Asian American, so that's why it's hard to pronounce my name. That's cool. Cause I know I'm butchering it. So is it the N is silent and it's pronounced Gian? Gian? Probably should just say one name at a time, let you answer and then see. You don't live in Mississippi, do you? I think I used to know. I think I worked at a school that had somebody whose name was Gian. Well, I guess that's your last name. I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant to the formulations of non-American names. So I'm assuming how's your first name. For all I know, it could be like a surname. I'm ignorant. I would like the education though. School your boy. I like learning new things. I'm not too embarrassed to say I don't know, because how else you gonna know unless you say you don't know? Look at these little baby bees. These are not baby bees. They're adult bees. It's just some small bee. I don't know what kind. I call them small bees. I love some sunflowers, bro. I don't know why. I do. And yeah, I just do. Oh, that's a different one down there. It looks different. How long have you been doing this? I've been streaming. I think I joined YouTube to stream in 2023. I've been gardening since. I've been gardening. See, that's kind of a tricky question. I gardened starting in 2004 or five when I bought my first house in the Delta, and then when I moved to the Jackson area, I didn't garden until 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 COVID. When COVID hit, like March 2020, sometime after that, I started gardening. And it became, food became kind of scarce. And it was always the question of, I made changes in my life. That's what that was, bro. Let me flip this around. I made changes in my life. I decided to go, well, it wasn't my decision. We decided to take on a predominantly plant based lifestyle. And so, in order to subsidize that, we started growing food because it became expensive to try to buy healthy food. Um, oh, man, ain't no problem, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to still keep talking. You can catch the replay, hopefully. But yeah, I made some lifestyle changes, and we went predominantly plant based. And so, when going predominantly plant based, um, we needed more fruit, veggies. So we decided to start trying to grow them as opposed to purchasing. And you also get to control the quality because you grow them. I also get to learn, and it's super therapeutic, honestly, in my opinion. So that's why I do this. And I say we predominantly plant based. I don't eat beef. I say I don't eat pork, but I'm probably gonna eat bacon probably 4 times a year. Nothing crazy, probably 3 or 4 strips, because that's probably gonna be enough to make my stomach hurt to make me not want to eat it again for a couple months. So, bacon is probably the only thing I still will eat sometime, knowing that it's gonna screw my stomach up if I eat too much. But usually about 3 or 4 strips is kind of safe. I don't deal with the. I don't think I have the. I don't eat enough pork to know if it's gonna make my head hurt. I used to and it didn't, but since I haven't, you know what? Since I haven't, I ate like 2 real bones, yeah, a couple of months ago, and it made my head hurt so bad. It was not worth it. The ribs were not that good for me to be dealing with the stomach issue and the headache behind it. So we predominantly plant based. So I still will eat chicken, turkey, fish, seafood. Other than that, it's usually plants, usually raw. But yeah. So we gonna get ready to call this. And these sunflowers a party. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about cutting the heads off some of these to try to take to the market. Blackberries are looking good. It's time to come back through here and harvest. A lot of these are being bugs are kind of killing them. We're gonna make some more fermented fruit juice is what's gonna happen. Like the ones at the bottom of that bag. It's probably because bugs or something like that. These, same thing. But yeah, we're gonna have to come back out here. Still got some more training to do. This is new growth, which needs to come over toward this wire over here. So this is all new growth. That's gonna give me berries next year. We've been training it down to the trellis. This is a lateral shoot, so that's a lateral shoot growing this way, and we're gonna let it grow. This right here ended up dying. I broke it. It was growing outside the wire. I was trying to put it back in there, so we're gonna cut it down. Matter of fact, I got the tools I need now. Let's just go ahead and get this done. We're gonna call this fact. Let me zoom out. Okay, I need a camera. A camera person. We're gonna cut it there, and then we're gonna cut it right above, right here where it's still growing. You see that green growth? We're gonna cut that right there. Now, what's gonna more than likely happen is that shoot is gonna start growing upward, and we're gonna tie it to the trellis. Ha 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 ha. And then this is the grapes for the grapes, the blue blackberries for next year. They'll be growing right along on this side of the wire. Can't really see them that well. But all right, flipper ripper. Time for me to take this stuff into his ass. All right, appreciate everybody for showing up. Who showed up? Nice little hour stream. I took the day off, so your boy's probably finna go. Where am I finna go? Honestly, I'm gonna go do some stuff. I'm gonna be back out here though, especially before it gets hot or rains. I'm gonna find something to do. I'm probably gonna hop on the game for a little bit while it's early. No, I'm gonna put all my stuff up. I'm gonna come back out here and water the garden while it's still cool. That's what I'm gonna do. Water the garden, check the weather, because I might need to go ahead and spray. Then I might hop on the game. And if I don't hop on the game, it is what it is. All right. Appreciate everybody for showing up. Thanks for hollering at your boy. We'll see you today, Saturday, Friday. So we won't see you Saturday. We'll see you guys Sunday, hopefully. I mean Monday, hopefully. Unless something happens, check my Instagram. On Instagram, I suck at this with 2 extra S's. So it's ISUCKATTHISSS. So I suck at this shit, seriously. That's what that stands for. Appreciate everybody for showing up. Holla at your boy. Oh, let me quit. Create more than you consume. You don't have to suck at this because I do. You have a good one, all right? Peace.